Hello students, I am Dr. Renu Kohli, Associate Professor in Zoology at Government Bangalore College, Pali. Today's topic is Biodiversity Conservation Method. In part first, we will study in situ conservation method. Biodiversity is the key concept in ecology and has importance on both local and global level. Let us review what we learned in previous lectures. The variability of life on earth is called biodiversity. Biodiversity takes into account all the living things like plants, animals, birds, bacteria and viruses. That is every living species. Thousands of interaction takes place among these organisms and every individual is important for keeping the whole system stable. Good and rich biodiversity indicates healthy and good ecosystem. What is meant by biodiversity conservation? Biodiversity conservation In biodiversity conservation, we study how human activity affect the diversity of plants and animals and develop ways for protecting, preserving and conserving biodiversity in their natural habitat. The International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) estimates that 22% of known mammals, 32% of amphibians, 14% of birds and 32% of gymnosperms are threatened with extinction. Species that were abundant within the last 200 years have gone extinct. This photograph is of golden toad, is an extinct species now, is a species of true toad that was once abundant in a small high altitude region of about 4 square kilometer in an area north of the city of Monteverde, Costa Rica. Why should we be concerned about the loss of biodiversity? The answer lies in the fact that for the first time in the Earth's history, a single species, Homo sapien, causing a mass extinction leading to its own demise. The primary cause of today's loss of biodiversity is habitat alteration caused by human activities. Now coming to the topic, biodiversity conservation methods. There are two main types of biodiversity conservation: in situ and ex situ. In situ means on the site, which tries to protect species where they are, means in their natural habitat. Ex situ conservation attempts is to preserve and protect the species in a place away from their natural habitat. Today we will study on in situ biodiversity conservation strategy. The in situ conservation requires identification and protection of natural areas that have high biodiversity. This includes the establishment of protected areas like national parks, sanctuaries and biosphere reserves. Besides that, we have Project Tiger, Project Elephant, Vision Rhinos, etc. focusing on single species. And we have a traditional way of protection. This is called community reserves. Example, sacred groves. The first protected area in the country was the Corbett National Park, established in 1936. India has over 600 protected areas, which includes over 90 national parks, about 500 animal sanctuaries and 18 biosphere reserves covering about 5.2% of the land. A national park is an area which is strictly reserved for betterment of the wildlife and where activities like forestry, grazing and cultivation are not permitted. In these parks, even the private ownership rights are not allowed. A sanctuary or wildlife sanctuary is the second category of protected area which is reserved for the conservation of animals or birds. Some human activities like harvesting of timbers, collecting minor forest products are permitted. A biosphere reserve is the third category of protected areas. Here the wild fauna and flora are protected, but the people are allowed to live in the area and carry out their traditional activities. Some national park in India. Kaziranga National Park in Sivsagar district of Assam is famous for one-horned rhinoceros. Besides that, it has elephant, wild buffaloes, bison, tiger and many species of birds like ring-tailed fishing eagle, etc. Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand, it is mainly famous for tigers, but besides tiger, it has elephant, panther, sloth bear, wild boar, cheetal, crocodile, python, etc., and many species of birds like peafowl, partridge, etc. Desert National Park in Rajasthan, in Jaisalmer district, is famous for their state bird, Great Indian Bustard. Beside that, it has many species of mammals like blackbuck, chinkara, etc. Kevladev National Park, Bharatpur, the world famous park for birds, is famous for once coming Siberian cranes, storks, egrets, herons, spoonbill, etc. Besides that, in the Marsi area of sanctuary, they have spotted deer, blackbuck, sambar, wild boar, python, etc. Some important sanctuaries of India are Annamalai, Jaldapara Sanctuary, Talchapur Blackburn Sanctuary, etc. This photograph is from Talchapur Blackbuck Sanctuary, Churu. Biosphere Reserve in India. This map shows all the 18 biosphere reserves in India in different parts of the country. Project Tiger, one of the most intensive conservation effort in India to protect and save a highly endangered species, the Indian tiger, Panthera tigris. It is estimated that India had about 40,000 tigers in 1900 and the number declined to just 1800 in 1972. Hence, Project Tiger was launched in 1973. At present, there are 51 tiger reserves across 17 states, giving protection not only to tigers but also to other species residing there. Project Elephant. Project Elephant was launched in 91-92 to assist states having free-ranging population of wild tiger to ensure long-term survival of elephants in their natural habitat. Vision Rhinos. This Vision Rhinos was launched in 2020. Was launched in 2005. Is an ambitious effort to attain a wide population of at least 3,000 greater one-horned rhinos spread over 7 protected areas in the Indian state of Assam by 2020. All these programs, though focused on a single species, have a wider impact as they conserve habitat and a vast number of species residing there. Sacred Grove. The sacred grove in India also plays a major conservation role. Sacred groves are small patches of native vegetation traditionally preserved by religious ground by local communities. These groves are mainly found in areas dominated by tribals and managed by local people. They are basically islands of greenery in the landscape, protecting biodiversity and enhancing the environmental qualities. Protection of groves of Khejadi by Vishnoi community is an ideal example. Such sacred groves forests in India are present in states like Rajasthan, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Kerala and Meghalaya. In Sikkim, Kachepari Lake is declared sacred lake by people, thus protecting the aquatic flora and fauna. The sacred groves have been reported from different continent of world like Africa, Asia, Europe, Austro-Pacific region and America. The in situ conservation has several advantages. First, it is cost effective and is convenient method for conserving biodiversity. A large number of living organisms can be conserved simultaneously. Since the organisms are in the natural ecosystem, they can evolve better and can easily adjust to different environmental conditions. In general, in situ conservation is more cost effective. The only disadvantage of in situ conservation is that it requires large space of earth, which is difficult because of the growing demand for space. In many cases, however, the ex situ approach is only feasible one. Thank you.